How you all doing? Hope you're keeping safe out there. Today, I thought I'd talk about a topic that I'm quite interested in. Today, I thought I'd just talk a little bit about the Transformers Generation Selects line. Now, what is this line? Really, it's a series of repaints, minor to actually sometimes major resculpts or retools of Transformers figures from probably, I think it started maybe from the Titans Return. Yes, yeah, Titans Return was the first, was the oldest figure that was reworked. That was the Galvatron reworked into Super Megatron. And Hasbro have taken figures from Power of the Primes, Siege, Earthrise, and they've retooled them and released some really great figures. Some of my favourite figures of the last few years have actually been Generation Selects. And that's got me thinking. Obviously, Kingdom is coming out soon, so what are they going to make with these figures? And I put a poll up on my Twitter, I asked some friends, I talked to some people about it, and I sort of, from their views, from the feedback from them, I've come up with a top 10 list of Transformers Generation Selects made from Kingdom figures. Number 10. And I'm going to start this list off by putting two Transformers at the same position. This is the only position where there's two Transformers at the same time. Just some context to this one. A couple of years ago, Takara released repaints of the classic Minibots as homages to classic GoBots, and they were pretty cool. And obviously one of those was Bugbite, who has recently been released as a Generation Selects using the Earthrise Cliffjumper mould. And I have many feelings about this figure. I bought it, and I sold it within 10 minutes of opening it, but that's for another video. But at number 10, the idea is, in Kingdom we have both Huffer, and we have Warpath. Both of these figures, original figures, the original Minibots, were repainted into Road Ranger and Treads from the GoBots. So, at number 10, repainting both these figures to be homages to their GoBot versions, same as you had with Bugbite. Number 9. Taking the number 9 slot, we have Cheetor, and this figure I think should be repainted into Shadow Panther. It was something that was done with the original and has also been done to the Masterpiece figure, where it's just basically a black repaint of this figure to be a different character. It looks kind of cool, it follows that classic idea of black repaint's always been cooler. It existed in Beast Wars, it should be a nice homage to it, and it's really just an easy repaint to do. It's one we probably will get, maybe more so because the original Black Panther, let me rephrase that, the original Shadow Panther was really popular in Japan, so yeah, there you are at number 9. Number 8. Coming in at number 8, we have the first of what is actually going to be 2 appearances of the Kingdom Optimus Primal figure. In this case, the idea is repaint him into his Transformers Universe colour scheme. I actually really like this kind of like early 2000s strange colour scheme they gave him for the Transformers Universe toy line and the comics. It looks really cool. I know a few people have also used this colour scheme for a Shattered Glass Optimus Primal, so it's got that going for it. But yeah, I think it's a really cool design. I know a lot of people actually like this repaint, or at least the original repaint of it. And it's, yet again, it's an easy repaint, no retooling needed. I reckon we're going to see it. Number 7. Up next, we have the big draw leader of the first wave of Kingdom, Beast Wars Megatron. What's this figure going to get repainted to, do I reckon? Well, what it was repainted to in the past. T-Rex from the Beast Machines line. Basically a red and bone and fleshy coloured repaint of Beast Wars Megatron into an heroic Dinobot for the Beast Machines era. Didn't appear in the cartoon, was in some like the ancillary comics and some of the BotCon stuff, but it's actually a really cool paint scheme. And yeah, I can see this selling really well for people who have like a fond memory of the old, the original version of T-Rex. So yeah, there we go. Number 6. Next on the list, Cyclonus. The Cyclonus figure in Kingdom is beautiful. It really should be in the movie line, in the studio series, but they've put it in here. I don't mind. And what should it be repainted as? Well, seeing as we're getting Shattered Glass figures out of the Generation Selects line at the moment, and I guess I've got those pre-ordered, they're beautiful. Repaint this figure as Shattered Glass Cyclonus, give him the Hot Rod colour scheme. It's really striking, it'll look great on a shelf, and it's more Shattered Glass figures. What more could we ask for? Number 5. Halfway through the list, folks, and here we are with a good one. Repaint of the really quite beautiful Kingdom Ultra Magnus, which is a great retool of the Siege Ultra Magnus, repainted as Delta Magnus / Powered Convoy. Take the old Diaclone colour scheme, it looks brilliant. They've done this before on other official releases of Ultra Magnus, they give him this colour scheme. It looked brilliant, and also could get away with turning him into a Shattered Glass Ultra Magnus, maybe paint a Scully face, a skeletal face on him, a couple of stickers. If I can track down some Toy Hacks ones, I'll definitely... Oh, yes, more Shattered Glass goodness. There's quite a few bit of Shattered Glass figures on this list. I swear to God, this is not just a Shattered Glass wish list, I promise. Anyway, on to the next one. Number 4. And the big boss monkey himself is back, Optimus Primal. What you going to get repainted as this time? Well, okay, Japan had Beast Wars 2nd and Beast Wars Neo as sort of like fill-in while they're waiting for more of Beast Wars to get dubbed or subbed into Japanese. Beast Wars 2nd had a movie, and in that movie Optimus Primal appeared as Burning Convoy. It's just a beautiful colour scheme where he basically just went red and gold for us like a super power-up. Really easy repaint. It's something that's been done quite a few times actually. The Masterpiece one actually recast him in like a semi-transparent red, which would actually look really brilliant on this figure as well. And yeah, this would actually be a really great repaint, and just like the rest, will stand out beautifully on the shelf, especially if we at some point get a Leo Convoy, which I'm really hoping we get at some point. Number 3. Into the top 3 here, folks, and at number 3 is a really great one. Take the Kingdom Inferno mould, which isn't the Beast Wars Inferno, which I know a lot of people are upset about, but I don't really care about. We'll hopefully get them eventually. But take this Inferno mould and use it to make Artfire, one of the Japanese exclusive Target Masters, because I really like the colour scheme and the idea of him. I think it looked brilliant. Generation Selects has already released a repaint of the Power of the Prime's Jazz mould into his partner, or fellow Target Master, Ricochet, or Stepper in the Japanese, and the two look really great together. As a bit of a side note, I know I'm doing these just on Kingdom figures, but how great would it be if they repainted the Studio Series, the original Transformers movie Jazz, into Ricochet / Stepper? That'd be brilliant, the two of them together. Très magnifique. Wonderful. Number 2. Taking the silver medal, folks, it is Packrat, a repaint of the Kingdom Rat Trap. And this has got to happen because Packrat was originally a BotCon exclusive repaint of Rat Trap into this character in Beast Wars that was kind of like in the periphery, which you didn't know about in the main story, but was still kind of technically part of it. And yeah, he's actually quite popular. So popular, in fact, he's actually already had 2 exclusive figures, 2 different BotCon / Transformers Collectors Club figures. One using the original Beast Wars Rat Trap, the other using the Thrilling 30s Generations Rat Trap, the slightly bigger one. And I can't see them not taking the Kingdom one and giving them the old blue and white colour scheme and bringing back this beautiful, colourful little rodent. So yeah, that's number 2. And at the top, number 1 is... It couldn't be anyone else really, could it? At number 1, take that beautiful, beautiful new Kingdom Dinobot mould. And I even like the dinosaur mode. I know some people aren't quite sold on it, but take that beautiful, beautiful figure, repaint it into Beast Wars Grimlock. It has to be done. I mean, Beast Wars Grimlock looks great. It's got a striking colour scheme while not being too garish. It's lovely. The original figure, I was going to buy it as a kid. I went, saw it in the store, asked my parents for the money, came back, it was gone. I was heartbroken. But here, Generation Selects, it has, as I say, has to be done. It'll need a new head, but apart from that, just repaint the figure, and you've got it. You've got something that will sell brilliantly. Well, okay, that was it. That was the top 10 Kingdom Generation Selects. Or what will hopefully be Generation Selects. So what do you all think? If you have your own ideas, please comment down below and let me know. Well, as always folks, stay safe, stay sane, and I'll see you next time. Ta-da!